Hey, Jaimi Gray here. Welcome to AfterBuzz's mini spotlight. I've got Charlotte Larsen in the studio right now. Yes, so you got to stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. It's AfterBuzz's mini spotlight. I'm Jaimi Gray. Like I said, I have Charlotte Larsen in the building. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
And let me say Larsen. You know how when you're tongue-tied, it's like Larsen.
Yes.
So from New Zealand,
Yes.
and now you're based in LA, but kind of in a sense, quote, bi-coastal. You go back and forth.
Yep.
We're going to talk all about that. So executive producer, actor. So let's just kind of talk about everything. I just want to get to know you. So I did my research. I like to call it legal stalking, okay, where I learned everything about you. So I had a great time. And as I was telling her before, I was very impressed by your background and what you've been able to do, not just for people in LA, but people in New Zealand and women in media. So let's get to it.
Great.
So I want to first go over your projects that you've executive produced. Now, some of your work spans across the world, from Mexico, of course, the United States, the UK, and New Zealand.
Yes.
So that's incredible. Just your whole journey, when you look back from where you started to where you are now, the good, the bad, the ugly, how does it feel? Where do you feel how do you feel right now?
I'm feeling really great right now, actually. Yeah, like as you said, I've done things in different countries all over the place, and every experience is different. Every project, even though I've done like 20 in New Zealand, they're all different, and so it's really great because then I get to go to Mexico and do a film there, and then I get to be in LA and work here as well. So it's really I'm in such a great place right now as well, with other things in my life, and it's just everything feeds off each other. So it's pretty great right now.
That is great. And it's like you're not allowing people to just box you in, you know, because your style can be described as eclectic, some might say. But how would you describe your film style, just even as a producer? What's it like working with you?
Well, I go for projects that that speak to me, obviously, but I love great stories. I love working with great people who are just as passionate as I am about doing what they're doing. So when I get a project and I'm like, yeah, this is really amazing, and then the people around me feel the same way, they're like, yeah, let's make this happen. It's just it really just helps you get
when you're
forward.
just like around other creatives.
Absolutely.
And then everything just meshes together. That's always a good feeling when everyone just can vibe off of each other. Yeah. Was there ever a certain film, movie, TV show that inspired you to even get in this industry?
There wasn't a movie or anything. I actually started doing productions at school when I was like 10. I think I was 10 when I did my first play at school. And I was actually, my first rejection was...
I was going to say, did you get the part you wanted?
No.
That is the worst pain. So I feel
when
you.
When you're 10, you're like, what?
It's crushing.
Yeah. And so then I did another play, and again, I didn't get the part I wanted.
They didn't deserve you.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, look at me now.
Right, exactly.
So, the rejection came early, but I still loved what I was doing. So that was my drive to be an actor. And I went to college, I did a degree, started a production company, and acting kind of stayed by the wayside because I was too busy producing stuff that I wanted to make.
Right.
And then I went, you know what? I'm seeing all my friends who are actors do plays. I'm seeing movies. I'm like, I still need to do this. So
yeah, I need to do this too.
Yeah, I made the move to LA to go to acting school.
Well, good for you.
Thank
LA
you.
is, it's a different kind of city.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into all of that, but people need to know about some of your works that you've done.
Yep.
So I want to name just a few. So Bella, Born to Dance, Orphans and Kingdoms, Gloria. And then one that I just saw recently that is also still going on is Auckward Love. And it's a web series, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you can also watch this on YouTube. I got to catch a few episodes of the first season. It's wild. It's funny. It's my kind of show. If you want something crazy, quirky, a little vulgar, this is a show for you. What was it like just working on set and just helping out with the show?
Well, I was more like behind
the scenes?
Behind the scenes, yeah. So not on set,
Right.
but the creators of the show, I know, and they came to me and they're like, hey, we have this idea, we want you to get involved. And I was like, happy to. But I let them run with it. It's their show. It's their baby. So I was kind of a lot hands off.
Right.
But it's, it's really great to see how far they've come with that show.
Yeah, I mean, I love seeing web series just to grow.
Yeah.
Especially over time. So, how many seasons is it? Is it about 3, I believe?
Yes,
I want to say there's 3 seasons, which is incredible. If there was any network that you would think that, if this show could get on a huge network, what would be your choice if you had to choose?
Good question. I can see it kind of being a HBO kind of like Girls, but not quite, I think.
Right.
Yeah, I think that would be great. But yeah, because it's a web series, Netflix or something like that, you can kind of dip in and out to it.
You never know.
Yeah, absolutely.
You never know. The sky's, well, not even the sky's the limit, but you just, you got to keep shooting for, those extra limits that you want to get to. But it's a great show, so I liked it. Now, since you are, like you said, executive producer, then you wanted to get into acting as well. You couldn't fight it. You couldn't resist the urge.
Yeah.
What is maybe one of the biggest risks that you've taken as a producer or an actor?
Oh, yeah, biggest risks. Financially, it's a big risk. Anything you do, you can hit big or lose big. So it's, there's always that kind of weighing on you, like, is this going to work or is this not? But for me, as long as the project is completed to the best that we can do, that not necessarily everybody has to see it, but as long as someone sees it and they connect with it and they go, that's great, then I've done my job.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, we didn't get a lot of money from this, but it affected someone somehow. And then I'm like, okay.
And it's the passion behind it that kind of,
Absolutely.
that's like the fuel that keeps you going.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm like, if one person sees this and they're like, that was amazing, I'm like, you've had a good experience.
Yeah.
That's my job. That's what I'm here for.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's good because a lot of times people think they want to get into something, but it's like, can you really handle it? Can you really handle the pressures? Do you really want this? So clearly you do. You also are a part of SAG-AFTRA. Is there any project in particular that got you your SAG card?
Yeah. Actually, it was a web series again.
Yeah.
And it's a project called Square Brains.
Okay.
I played a half mouse, half human detective.
Really?
Yes. So basically, I sit around eating cheese a lot and fighting evil.
So describe this to me. Is this more an animated web series or is it like real live action?
It's live action.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to picture this in my head.
Yeah. So it's myself and my detective partner, and we're like evil, and then we just sit there discussing what do we do next, and we're just like eating cheese all day.
Wow. I mean, I could probably do background for that. I love cheese. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure you'll never forget that. You'll never forget that.
Yeah, and it got me SAG, and it was a great experience.
Yeah. So I love that you are also about women empowerment, just being a woman in media. You've had so many great things happen for you, but it can be tough.
Yeah.
And so just like you were saying, it can be tough financially. Was there any moment in your journey that really inspired you to keep going, because you're going to have a lot of setbacks when you're on your journey to your career. So was there any moment in particular that you can recall where you were like, wow, I'm glad I kept going?
Yeah, I had one project and it took 10 years from the idea to the screen. I was involved for probably about 8 of those years.
Wow. Dedication.
Yeah, and you just kind of go at some point, we're in this too far now. We have to make this happen because what else do you do?
Yeah.
And, when that came to be, I was like, I'm glad that we made this happen because the project was amazing, and that was just 10 years of my life, or eight or so years of my life, but we made it happen, and I learned a lot on that project too. There was a lot of legal complications and just obstacles to get it to happen.
But you did it. You did it. Yeah. Eventually. Do you feel like it was worth it?
Absolutely.
Okay, there you go. Because it's like, it's always like when you're almost there and just like, I can't take it anymore, but you did it. So, kudos to you.
Thank you.
So let's also get back to your roots. So you're from New Zealand.
Yes.
And then, of course, you're from New Zealand, then you moved to LA and you come to college out here, right? Or you went to college in New Zealand?
I went to college in New Zealand. I actually grew up in England.
Okay.
And then I went back to New Zealand for college.
Right.
Got my degree, started my production company. I came here to do a couple of summer programs. I did the USC producing program there in the summer.
Did your parents pay, a whole bunch of money to get you in the school, or you got it on your own?
It was just a summer program.
Okay,
so yeah,
okay, just making sure.
Yeah, it was like 6 weeks.
Okay.
But so did my production company, came here every now and again, and then the acting was what brought me to LA about 8 years ago now. So I went to Stella Adler, and I'm still taking classes there, and I'm on the advisory board there now as well, and still really involved with the school. So, which
I heard you're also helping out New Zealand students who that's what I like to hear, because, and that's one of the things I was impressed about hearing about you, is that you're still helping people from New Zealand, from your community, while they're out here, because LA can be scary. What were your first thoughts, just being from New Zealand, coming out here to the States and coming out here to LA? What was your first impression? Anything that was odd or overrated?
I guess because I came over here pretty much every year for vacation or like summer school or whatever. Okay. So by the time I came here for acting to go to school, I had friends here already. I knew people. I knew the city. I'd experienced a lot of it, so it was pretty easy for me to make that transition. Nice. Yeah.
Oh, you had it good. I knew but I knew maybe one person.
Yeah.
But
like your aunt's second cousin's waiter at his local restaurant is lives in West Hollywood, and you're like, cool. Can I call you? Like,
right.
Yeah.
The awkward phase that you have to go through.
Yeah, you're like, so you don't know me, but I'm moving to LA and I need a friend.
Today.
Yeah. P.S. Where do I go to eat?
Right. Yeah. I need a place to sleep now. Yeah. But I mean, we have those growing pains, of course, coming to LA. But just even bringing back New Zealand, because I know that you had your production company that you started out there. What is it called? Tell us more about that.
So I started Random Films, my production company, and when I moved to LA, I got together with my business partner, Mark, and he kind of took the lead and ran everything on the ground back in New Zealand. And he had a company, and I had a company, and so now we've kind of merged under the Random Group umbrella. So Random Films and his company, Cuba Creative, we do a whole range of things. So we cross-collaborate as well. So sometimes I need his company service, he'll need mine. We kind of work together and, we need a video camera, we need to film this, or we need that for that. So it works out pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, I love getting to know you. Now, as far as just, what other people can know, what can we expect from you? Any plans or steps or any goals that you have in mind for yourself?
Well, I'm working on a mini-series.
Okay, nice.
It's an Italian immigrant series.
Is it out here in LA?
No, it's like, the writer's in New York, and then it's my roommate's story, and we're creating it kind of together with the writer, and we have like second, third draft of the script, and so we're just starting right now to kind of figure out what to do with that. And I'm also produced a series called Legends, which is a 1980s sitcom based in Australia.
Oh, okay.
So we filmed the pilot for that in Australia last year, and now we're looking to go to series. So
that's incredible.
Yeah.
Charlotte, I'm amazed by your work. I've said this many times and I mean it, and I still mean it. So you guys, again, this is Charlotte Larsen. Now, tell people where they can find you.
I have a Facebook page, so if you type in my name, Charlotte Larsen, you'll find me. And I also have a Twitter, and it's official Charlar, Charlar. Yeah, my name's too long for like...
Too many syllables? No, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, Charlar. Charlar.
Got it. Okay. And you guys, thank you for joining us. I am Jaimi Gray. You can find me on Twitter at It's Jaimi Gray or on Instagram at Jaimi Gray. Mini spotlights, you guys. Charlotte Larsen. Check her out and come back for our next episode. Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.